Greetings and salutations to you all, ladies and gents. As always, I hope you are fantastic. My name is Kluger, and today I welcome you to the most auspicious day, the release of the Grim Dawn Crucible. Man, have I been looking forward to this. Like, holy bajolies, guys and gents and ladies and other things. This is so freaking awesome. It just dropped. I think as of today, like quite early today for me, because I'm in backwards land down here in Australia, so I couldn't get my dirty mitts on this any earlier. But this just dropped as a DLC to Grim Dawn, free. If you were an early Kickstarter backer or something similar, if certain tiers of the Kickstarter get this as a free add-on. Otherwise, I think it's only a few bucks. I'll leave a link down below in the description. Dudes and ladies, you must check this out because there is so much game here. Even though it's sort of a contained, sort of like almost a mini game to Grim Dawn. There are 3 difficulty levels, and I think they go up to 150 levels each or something like that. Anyway, there's a lot you can do and a lot of ways you can test and strain your characters and see what they're made of. For anyone who is not familiar at all with this, it is Grim Dawn's take on survival mode, essentially. From what I've seen so far and read, I haven't played it much, just a little bit to get used to it and see what's the go. Yeah, it's kind of like survival mode / a little bit tower defense, kind of like a wave mode, where you just fight wave and wave and wave of enemies. And basically, the higher you go, the greater your reward can be, assuming you don't die. And at the end of each level, or wave, so to speak, you can tag out with Lockhart, Master of the Crucible, and he'll give you the reward. But obviously, the higher you go, the greater your reward, quite potentially. So that's basically how it works. You earn tokens for surviving waves, and then you can spend those tokens on like survival mode sort of staples, so to speak, or really just the one main staple are these defense sites where you can spend your tribute and I think it's iron. Yeah, there you go. So iron and tribute to put defense points in, so they can either attack or slow enemies or buff you. There's a few different ones that are available there, and that's a really cool thing. And as well, while you're down here, you've got access to crafting, to storage, to that's salvage and dismantle. I think you can respec too. Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of different things you can do while you're here. The Immortal Archmage. My master has informed me. What attributes? What are my options? Need 12 tributes. So this one gives you blessings, like other buffs to your character. And yeah, so there's a whole bunch. So let's get started anyway. So Lokar, I'm ready to begin. So this will be Wave 1, Level 1, with this character, Violet, my sorcerer. She is pretty sick. Oh my god, I haven't turned on any of her buffs. Hang on. Alright, now we're good to go. So she's completely fresh to this mode. I ran just a few floors with a couple of my other characters just to get a feel for it, but I wanted to do a fresh run with you guys just to demonstrate exactly how it works from the get-go. This will be more like a demonstrative video, so to speak, for lack of a better term. Just showing how the mode works in general. I'm not going to get to the crazy high levels in this first video, but I am definitely interested in doing like high-level, crazy, scary runs, seeing how far I can take Crucible mode, and I'll definitely record those and post them for you guys to watch along with and follow along my aspirations, no pun intended, through Crucible mode. It's a pun because the first difficulty is called Aspirant, so I'm just being a chump. And definitely multiplayer with Steve, that's bound to result in shenanigans. That'll be really, really fun. So I'm going to do a whole bunch of Crucible content. I think it's going to be really wicked. What I didn't check as well, alright, my DPS is down to 13.2k. I was peaking at about 14.4k DPS with this character, who I will do a build guide on, by the way. When was this? Just today, because this is also an auspicious day, an auspicious moment, because we got patch 1.0.0.5, which brought a lot of balance changes to devotion and legendary weapons, and some skills, including the single target skills such as Fire Strike, Cadence, like the left mouse button skills, essentially, got replaced. Not replaced, but like pretty heavily tweaked. And I think it was pretty unanimous that Fire Strike was overpowered, and so it got a little bit of a debuff. And so I'm a little bit, for this character's purposes, I'm a little bit bummed, though overall left mouse button like weapon attacks have been evened out. Like Savagery got a bit of a buff. It's good times. So Lokar's laughing at me, presumably because we're at the last floor or the last wave of this level. This is pretty easy mode. Like, I don't know exactly how it works between Aspirant and the other 2 difficulty levels, if this is just going to be chump mode for how many ever levels Aspirant lasts for, but we shall see, because this is fairly easy for me. And it does seem to scale with your character's level. So these are all coming in at like low to mid 60s, which aligns to this character quite nicely. But yeah, my max level, like Clarence the Bleeding Conjurer, he drops in at, yeah, like mid to high 80s is mostly what he's fighting. And that first boss was level 90, so for him, not for this character. So yeah, it does seem to scale. So you could presumably do this with lower level characters and level them up and get gear and all that sort of good stuff. Sorry if I'm talking too fast, by the way. I'm just super hyped for this. I've been so excited to getting my hands on this. Let's go straight into level 2. So we've got 1 tribute. I want to at least get up to 5 tribute points and show you guys how the defense system works. So we'll only be able to buy 1 point, but that's cool. At least we can try it out. It'll be pretty cool fun. And I didn't know, like, I'm pretty sure they kept that pretty hush-hush, the whole, is that a hero monster now? No, it's not. Never mind. I don't recall hearing about these defense points in any of the prior information they put into the public domain. If I recall correctly, it was just, they were just calling it survival mode for the longest time, so there was not really any clear-cut clue as to this having a sort of defense point. There is a hero monster there. Like a defense, tower defense kind of vibe to it, which is really interesting. It's obviously not completely a tower defense because it hasn't got like different winding paths and movable, like multiple anchor points for your towers, quote unquote. But it's still really cool. Oh, and another thing worth mentioning. I don't know if it's a random spawn into, or if you only get a couple of maps when you first start this mode, but it is. You seem to be able to land in at least a couple when you first start out. Another one is, I think it's called Crucible of the Damned or something. I honestly don't remember, but it's like an indoor sort of. What's the tombs kind of one, if that makes sense, like an indoor, like a necropolis or some vibe like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this character shreds, by the way. She's not OP, but she's like pretty, like, she's low skill, high damage, just like left mouse button spam all the time, with a couple of other skills thrown in, like, you know, canister bomb for the stunnage. She's pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself. I have to just concentrate a little bit here. It's getting a little bit hairy, because there's Yetis. Zing! Sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, she's pretty low skill, high damage output. Pretty straight up fire strike kind of build. She's pretty tank, but I'm aiming for like a stunlock vibe, because there's some really cool... that thing died quick. There's some really cool skills that lend themselves to stunlock, between devotion and obviously canister bomb, and other bits and bobs. It's not going to be complete, like, true, like, MMO WoW level stunlock, but it's going to be a level of stunlock, that's for sure. Like, 80% stunlock, maybe, if everything triggers as expected, which is pretty damn nice, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to do a build guide on that. This is my next build guide that I'm working on right now. So, behind the scenes access. Is that Moneybags Martin? I don't even know if these guys have been nerfed for Crucible mode. They feel nerfed, because the actual heroes are normally much more challenging than this. Bam, we're done. It's 2 levels. How much time have we got? It's only a couple of minutes per wave so far, so let's keep cranking along. 3 more waves and we can install a defense point. Throwing ghouls at us now. No problem. Pretty nice crit swords with this character, if I do say so myself. Ah, that was you that was throwing that mine, you jerk. Those meteors, pardon me. Ay, ay, ay. Great work, Brain. So there's 2 defense points there. 1, 3, 4. There's 4 points. Okay. That seems to be the norm. I wonder if it goes up in later difficulties. That'd be pretty cool. Complete side note, I've got April Sun in Cuba in my head. It was just on a TV show I was watching before I started recording this, and the chorus is really catchy, so I'll try not to sing it at you too much. We'll focus on the game. But yeah, I see this being super addictive, especially another thing worth mentioning is that they have included a leaderboard mode, which is really freaking cool. So basically, you can compete with other people to see how good you're doing in Crucible mode. You bastard, Lokar. That's such a mean thing to say. I'm doing just fine, thank you very much. But he claims he's not a cruel taskmaster because of the rewards he gives, but he's still a jerk. Get dead. Boom. How we DA-wise? 1388. That's not terrible. We are a little bit squishy, though, just dual-wielding pistols, but... C'est la vie. Par for the course for this kind of character. That's all good. Boom, boom, boom. See how quick they're dying? I don't know, maybe the balance changes have caused this build to be a bit more feral, but we are reckon hero face. Look how quick that thing dies. So yeah, and like I think this multiplier is based on how quick you kill as well. So having a higher multiplier earns you more points, which means puts you higher on the leaderboard. I don't know off the top of my head if that affects loots, but I will most definitely put a link down below to the Grim Dawn post thread regarding patch 1.05 plus Crucible mode, as well as of course the Steam link, so you guys can nab this for yourselves. Are we done? No, we're still going. Wave seems to be a little longer than the last ones. Potentially, maybe? I actually don't know. Oh god, get out of my face. I want to check the legendaries that I'm wielding and see if they've been buffed, because legendaries did get a really delicious balance pass. A lot of, yeah, tweaks and changes to how they work, so really exciting stuff. This is definitely a longer wave. Unless I'm tripping. It feels a lot longer. So that's cool. That's really cool. Whoop. Whiffed by that freaking Tide Hunter. Or whatever it was. Boom! Did I kill all those already? Alright, cool. The Petmancer actually does really quite well in Crucible mode, just quietly. Brother Baldrus, Charge of Empyrean, you get wrecked. Because the Chthonic Necromancer, my crazy pet build that I did, has really good crowd control because all the pets just go every which way and you just don't get surrounded. It's really cool. Works very nicely. I'll try to show you guys. I haven't decided which build I'm going to try take through to like ultimate level Crucible mode. And I don't mean it's got a different name, but it just escapes me right now. But the highest difficulty of Crucible mode. I don't know which is going to be most effective. I think my Bleeding Conjurer is actually not going to do the best. Because he's a little bit squishy. But maybe the Chthonic Necromancer or this build if I get it high enough level. So, do I want anything? No, you cost 12 things. Alright, we're up to 4 tributes now. Hail to the air. Just have a quick sip of water. What are mutators? From now on, you must also endure Crucible mutators. Perfect timing, Lokar. Thank you so much. An ever-increasing amount of mutators. So, here we go. So, the mutator is exposed. Players have reduced armor, but cooldowns are reduced. Cool. I believe mutators can also affect like how monsters behave. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I hope I'm not. But anyway, they just modify or mutate the state of the game to make it a little more challenging, of course. So that's really cool. Does that actually reduce my resistances, or probably should have checked that. Oh, increases armor. Well, I think it means decreases armor by 10%. Big deal. We don't rely on armor. We're a freaking dual-wielding maniac of pew-pew guns. Oh, that's what I wanted to check my legendaries. Oh, whatever. Get out of here, fool. I do like Lokar's sass. I'm quite enjoying it. I hope you can hear it. It's quite funny. Oh, man. So much DPS. This build's got solid debuff as well. Because Elemental Storm... Actually, Elemental Storm got a buff. It does more damage. So, but it's also a really nice debuff. And it triggers heaps of Fire Strike. Is it still bound? I hope it's still bound. Where is it? Can I look at my stuff? God, it must be bound. Yeah, Elemental Storm. There it goes. Everything is still bound. They didn't do so much of a balance change that they unbound or rejigged. Completely rejigged. Devotion points and all that sort of things. You don't have to reallocate as in 1.05 as far as I can see. At least I didn't read anything to that effect in the patch notes. Get stunned. Is that Warden Krieg? That's so cool. He's got his multiform and everything. This is so freaking awesome, bruh. A Manticores with Warden Krieg. This is wild. Oh gosh. Getting intense up in here. We're only at level 5. Holy smokes, this is cool. I mean, I should be scared and panicked, but this is just too fun. This is whoop-a-da-bah. And I can see this being really challenging too. This is only the 5th level, and it's getting pretty... Like, it's under control. I'm in no danger of dying, but... Is he multiforming again? Whatever. Dude, this is only level 5. These Grim Dawn devs are maniacs. Madeira, what are you doing? Get dead. Oh no, he's gone. But we got Bangalore, Bastion of the... Guardian of the Gates. I think you find him in Bastion of Chaos. Pardon me. Still going. Get out of it. Yoink. Oh, I didn't dodge it. Whatevs. Get wrecked. It's so... What I'm enjoying, like, one of the main things I'm really having fun seeing is these enemies you never see side by side hanging out together. And I'm finding it really riveting, so... That's a thing. Well, that's possibly dangerous in this mode. Is the death rattle from these chthonic fools. Because they can really hurt if you're within melee range when they explode. It's nasty. Even to the point where if I'm doing a pure melee build, I'll have... you know, an offhand ranged weapon just so I can pick the last few shreds of life from them instead of having to be up in their grill getting wrecked. Shaloth, I don't even remember you, Shaloth. There we go. Here we go, here we go. Here. What am I getting hurt by? Am I dotted? That's whack. Thank you. Now, real quick, this has got nothing to do with the video, but Devil Tongue. You look effectively the same. He probably got buffed. Golemborn Greaves got tweaked. I think they got a little bit of a debuff. I don't know if Bone Handguards changed. Anyway, we're still in a good stead. So, now I should be able to build these things, right? Death Chill Beacon, I think, is like a slow debuff. Inferno's like damage. Stormcaller is also damage, possibly stun. I think Stonewall's a defensive buff, and Vanguard is an offensive buff. Requires 5 tributes and 10,000 iron bits. Let's do it. Cool. Now, I don't think I can change this after the fact. Oh, you can upgrade it, though. Okay, cool. I picked this one because, A, it's got slow, which will be really handy for, like, a ranged DPS build, but also because it'll be more active and, like, more involved in the fight by pew-pewing from a distance rather than just a passive buff that sits there. So, that's why I chose that, not necessarily for efficiency's sake. New mutator active. Ignited. Monsters are infused with fire. Okay, cool. So there you go. Monsters can indeed get augmented with mutators as well. I want to read what else they've got. 285 burn damage. They got more fire damage, more burn damage, less cold resistance, and burn retaliation. Cool. Really, really cool. Oh, wait, hang on. Why am I fighting all the way over here? Oh, God. Because I want to go try out my thingamajig. Get out of my way. And take me to the April Sun in Cuba. So obviously if you're in a pinch, you would put a buff one down. You would just fight alongside here as much as you can. Oh, Jesus. That is cool. Look at it all bouncing around and stuff. Help me, fool. Oh, see, it froze that thing. Wicked. Get dead. Nice. Whoop, have that, please. Yep, good. Yes. See, I can just chill on this side, and eventually I seem to be aggroing most enemies, so that's good. So you can manipulate the scene based on your placement of these defense sites, so that's cool. So yeah, getting to your defensive beacon if you're really in the pinch is obviously a good way to go, but even this is helping by slowing and freezing enemies. I don't assume it does much damage, but see that thing just got stuck and I chill back here. Perfect. Now I also kind of just chose this defense point because a lot of the bosses seem to be coming out of this left flank. I'm not mad. Makes it easy for me. Oh god, get out of that though. Jesus. Whoop, I want my freaking thing to trigger. I've got a Fisher, is it? Bound to... there it is. There it's going now. It's bound to flashbang, and it's got decent damage and really good stun on it, so I dig it. I diggity dog it. Nice. Alright, get back to this side. Keep drawing the aggro. Yes, do it to him. I haven't been paying attention as to whether you earn more tributes the higher you go. Get this off me. Another boss, very good. Should we this time try to fight over here for a sec? Maybe. Try and pick off some of the other chumps. Maybe that's not the best move. Ah, god, I'm gonna use a health potion. How embarrassing. I'm supposed to be this program Dawn player doing this on camera and knowing what I'm doing, and I'm drinking health potions. How embarrassing. Nah, we all good. It's a necessary evil, don't get me. Especially if you're playing hardcore mode, drink your friggin' potions. Learned that the hard way, I tell you what. Nice, nice, nice. Good stunzors. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, another boss wave. Holy smokes. Oh, Salazar. Cool. I don't know why I'm so excited and enthralled to see all these tricky-ass boss enemies, but it's pretty damn cool. Get this in your face. Get that and this. Would be really tip-top. Good job. Kill the zombie chumps. Another freaking ethereal abomination. Are you getting frozen over there, good sir? Am I even hitting you? I don't think I am. Have some demon breath. That'd be good. You can now resume on wave 50 in the Crucible. Oh, cool. Oh, I did 50 waves, so it is 150 waves. I'm right. Man, I'm smart. So how are we going for time here? 21 minutes. That's like spot on. I think you guys have a perfect idea in terms of a demonstration of how the Crucible works. You just continue to escalate through this. We saw how defense sites worked. All your options here for changing your weapons and armor and all that sort of jazz. You could probably even come prepared with your storage to where you can swap out armor and weapons depending on the situation. But you know what? We can summon back at level 50 now, so let's check out with Master Lokar and we'll see the loots to wrap up this video. I wish to collect my reward. So we've got 6 tribute for that. So he'll open this door. And you come through the... for here it's up these steps. And you just got a bunch of loot mobobs to open. So let's just spam. Spam open. I don't know what I'm going to get for level 50 aspirant, but we'll see. Oh, we got a blue in there. A bunch of greens. There's a lot of stuff to go through here. Holy smokes, man. This is really good farming. Even if you just want stuff to, like, iron farm and you know, craft and sell up and all that sort of jazz. This is a really good option. I really want to get through to wave 150 now. Oh, my God. So addicted. There, I'm going to pick this up off camera. I'll stop wasting you guys' time. There you go, everybody. Crucible mode. Make sure you check it out. I'll repeat it again. Link in the description below for you guys to check this out for yourselves. Please do. I want to see you guys on the leaderboards having a good time. Leave any questions down below in the comments. Otherwise, just chuck a good old thumbs up onto there. And I'll see you for more Crucible shenanigans in the near future. My name's Kluger. You have a great day. Me to the April sun in Cuba.